Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samaya. Today I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do a get ready with me because I'm going to meet a friend, and I thought why not just have a chat while I do my makeup. Obviously I'm kind of like, you know, I have like kind of a weird setup. I don't really have a setup for this, so I'll be like looking away a lot. And yeah, this is the first time I've done it, so let's see if I can multitask, talk and do my makeup, because I usually don't. I just listen to music and then that's it. So yeah, and if you like this sort of thing, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. So I'm just going to be telling stories while doing my makeup because I'm going to meet a friend with my sister, and yeah, so I started with my eyebrow and I realized my mic's not on, so I had to turn that on. So yeah, so when I was in primary school, my mum used to make these really dope tuna sandwiches, and usually I'd eat them on my own, you know, because I didn't really have any friends, and it was fine because, you know, I used to eat it outside, and I never really thought much of it because it's just a tuna sandwich. But when we had a rainy day and we used to have something called like a wet timetable, which is basically you stay in, play with board games, and you know, it would be nice if you had friends in your class, but I didn't for a while. And when we all brought out our lunch, a lot of people got lunch orders and I didn't. I had, you know, my dope tuna sandwich that I was actually looking forward to. I took it out, and oh my god, I remember people were like, oh ew, what's that smell? Well, that smells really, and you know, just like talking shit about my sandwich. And when they found out it was from my sandwich, oh my god. I remember thinking, well, I am never ever going to bring another sandwich again because I can't be going through this all the time. And I was basically like, it was even worse than, you know, I mean, I already didn't have any friends, but like now it's like, oh well, she eats disgusting food and smelly food and whatever, which is what a lot of people who take cultural food to school will have experienced as well. But the thing is, I didn't take cultural food to school. I took a friggin' tuna sandwich. But it was basically the worst thing anyone could have ever smelled, and it was really bad, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to tell my mum. I didn't want to be like, oh, you know, you have to give me something else because this smells disgusting and whatever. So I didn't want to hurt her feelings, but I also didn't want to take that to school. And okay, this is really hard to talk and do makeup. And so when we had wet day timetables and I knew I had that lunch, I would not eat anything. I would wait till after school to eat it, or if we had you know, normal days where we can go out and that sort of thing, that's fine. I would go out and eat it and it would be fine because it's, you know, I'm not near anyone. But when it was, you know, we had a lot of, especially in the winter, we had a lot of rainy days. And it was hard because I couldn't eat anything in class, and I finished all my recess food, or like, you know, the snacks and that sort of thing. And I only had my sandwich, and I didn't want to eat my sandwich because obviously I would get a lot of shit for it. So a lot of the time I used to like just go hungry until the end of the day. And in all honesty, I didn't really blame anyone because, you know, kids are brutally honest, as we all know. So it was kind of unfair, but you know, what can you do? So fast forward to, I never took tuna sandwich to school again, by the way. I was always like, absolutely not, I'm not going through that. So when I went to when I moved schools to an Islamic school, you know, it was a terrible school, but I still never took another tuna sandwich. And I think I was about 9 when this happened, and I did not take another tuna sandwich until I was about maybe 16, 15, 16, something like that. I remember being in high school and kind of like not caring. I was like, whatever, I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. And you know, at this point you're like, we were on our own because mum was like, okay, well, you're old enough to make your own lunch, so you have to do that. And I was like, well, okay, it's not fair. But whenever she had, like, you know, whenever she would make my sister food, who was a lot smaller than us, we would try and, you know, just be like, yeah, just come on, chuck us in, make us one as well. And she would, and then, you know, that would be like the best thing we had. And so I remember going back to high school once, and then I had my tuna sandwich and I was eating it, and one of my friends was like, oh, what's that? And I was like, oh, it's just my mum's tuna sandwich. And she tried some because I think she didn't have any lunch then or whatever, so I gave her half. And she was literally like, this is the best thing I've ever had. And I was like, oh my god, are you serious? And so from then, I think from when I was in year 10 to I think it was like the whole of year 10, whenever I would bring the sandwich, I would always give her half, because basically she kind of just helped me with that, you know. It wasn't even an insecurity because it's just tuna. Everyone knows tuna and stuff. But like back when I was younger, a lot of people hated tuna, and I could not understand why. But now everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna throw some tuna in this. Nice tuna salad, healthy. And I'm like, well, where were you guys when I needed you? Like, come on, when I was being scrutinized for having a tuna sandwich. And yeah, it was just really hard for all those years, from like 9 to 15, not bringing a tuna sandwich, which is basically, because my family basically lived on tuna. Like, we used to have tuna for everything, right? And it was hard because that was, you know, my mum's specialty. She made really good tuna salad sandwiches, and everyone was just hating when I was in primary school. But now tuna sandwiches are like, or just tuna in general, have a much better, you know, reception. People are like, oh yeah, tuna's great. But, you know, would have been helpful if y'all were there for me when I was, you know, in need. Anyway, so that's basically, you know, the story of struggle of my life. But, oh crap, I just went through that. Basically the struggle of my life when I couldn't even take lunch to school or eat it when I was there. I thought this story would take a lot longer, but no. I'm sorry, I mean, I really don't know how to do this, because I'm looking at one thing, but then I'm not looking at the camera, and then I feel bad for not looking at the camera because my mirror is just, I don't have a big enough table or long enough, tall enough table for this, for my mirror and everything. And I'm just trying to save time and get ready, and this is kind of like what everyone wanted when I asked if, you know, I should do it on the Instagram poll, and y'all asked for this, and I don't know why, because guys, I mean, I'm really grateful that you guys think my makeup is flawless. I got a lot of compliments on it, but we're gonna have to thank Rihanna for that, because I never had a foundation or anything before Fenty, because the one I'm using is Fenty. And the thing is, my skin is quite sensitive. Whenever I would try out, new foundations and that sort of thing, it never worked out because my skin was always itchy. Even when I used a primer, my skin was always itchy, it was dry, and just the foundation was irritating my skin. And so I could never just get a foundation that, you know, I liked. I mean, even when you would find one that's your color, it's like, well, I don't know, something in the foundation kind of made it so it irritated my skin constantly, and I could never use it. So when I found out about Fenty and that sort of thing, I thought, oh god, like if I can't use this, that's it, like, you know, I don't know what to do anymore. So my mum and I, we went to Sephora, I think the weekend after it came out, because everyone was, you know, at school, at work, and we were able to just get one-on-one time with the artists, the makeup artists. And so we asked this lady who was super sweet, I forgot her name because I'm not good with names, and she hooked us up. She did like a full face for us, and I was expecting, okay, well, this is going to just irritate my skin. I'm not going to enjoy it. It's just going to, I'm gonna need to take it off soon. But it wasn't like that. We went through the mall for like hours looking at other things, buying other things and that sort of stuff, because it was kind of like a day out. And nothing happened. Like, my skin was not itchy. I didn't even feel like I was wearing anything. So I was quite happy with, you know, how good it was. And so I bought it. The first time I bought it in a really bad shade. I bought it like 3 times darker, which is, I think, what she gave us, or she did a bottle on us that was different. And I thought, okay, well, this is the color. I think she gave me the wrong color, but then put the right one on my face. And yeah, so I came back. The first time I put it on, I was like, why is it so dark? What the hell? What happened? And when I went back, I asked this other lady to, you know, swatch me. She said the color I had was 2 shades too dark, and she gave me this one, which is the closest. I mean, it looks pretty good, and it's the one I've been using ever since, and I'm pretty sure it's the only one I'll be using, let's be honest, when it comes to foundations, because makeup is like, you can't afford to just switch it up, you know, especially with foundations, because it's expensive as hell. So yeah, and I'm probably gonna be late for this hangout, but what else should I talk about? Someone asked to mention like the weirdest conversation I've heard of a stranger, like weirdest stranger conversation or something, or like, you know, just the strangest thing I've heard. In all honesty, I can't really remember any. Weirdest conversations. I mean, I'm gonna list, oh, by the way, I'm gonna list everything in the description bar when I'm done. What else should I say? In all honesty, I don't know what to talk about. So I'm gonna put on my lashes, do my hair, chuck on some accessories, and then come back and show you the full thing. So I'm back. This is the finished product, and I looked in the mirror and everything, and it turned out not bad. Like, I'm actually pretty pleased with how it worked out, since it was super hard. For some reason I can't get my hair to be the same length, but whatever. So yeah, thank you for watching, and if you want, I don't know, other videos kind of like this, send me like things to talk about, because I obviously, as you can see, I didn't know what to talk about at all. So yeah, send me that sort of stuff, and I'll see you later. So like and subscribe, and you'll know when the next video comes out.